Hello students, how are you? To start our lesson, our today's lesson, let's see what we have seen in our previous lesson summary. In our previous lesson summary, we tried to see the general characteristics of nonmetals and some important nonmetallic elements such as carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen and sulfur, and their important uses. Okay, to start our lesson, or today's lesson, we are going to start Unit 4, which is about environmental chemistry. As an introduction, environmental chemistry is one branch of chemistry which is concerned on environmental issues. These environmental issues may include air pollution, water pollution, minerals and fuels. But for our today's discussion, we are going to see air, and that we are going to see in the next discussion, water. So, students, can you define what air is, please? What is air? Okay, let's define together. Air is a homogeneous mixture of different gases. These different gases are nitrogen, which contains 78%, oxygen, which contains 21%, carbon dioxide, which contains 0.03%, and other noble gases, which contain 1% by volume. 1% by volume. From this 1%, which is covered by noble gases, the noble gas argon contains 0.9%. So, argon is the most abundant noble gas in the atmosphere. So, air is a homogeneous mixture of these gases. Okay, let's go to what is air pollution. What is air pollution? Students, as you have seen from your different subjects, air pollution is the contamination of air by different harmful substances, and tiny solid particles. So air is polluted by such harmful, hazardous substances. So the addition of these harmful, hazardous substances and tiny solid particles into the air is known as air pollution. Students, what are air pollutants? If there is air pollution, there are air pollutants. What are air pollutants? Air pollutants are substances that are going to pollute air. These air pollutants make air unsafe for the intended purpose or the intended use. Students, Can you mention some air pollutants, please? Some air pollutants. These air pollutants are sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides such as nitric oxide or nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and other substances like CFCs, which means chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, what is the source of these air pollutants? These air pollutants may originate from different sources, because air pollutants originate from different sources. So, from what source does this sulfur dioxide originate? This sulfur dioxide originates from burning of fossil fuels. Burning of fossil fuels such as coal, natural gas, and so on. Nitrogen oxides, specifically nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide, they originate from composition of, or you can say burning of fossil fuels. Carbon monoxide originates from vehicles, different vehicles which use different gasoline. When this gasoline is burned to generate energy, they produce this poisonous gas. The other one is chlorofluorocarbons. These are major air pollutants. If this is so, what are the effects of air pollution? Okay. What are the effects of air pollution? Effects of air pollution. If air pollution occurs, then what are the consequences or what are the effects? As you remember, or as you are familiar with this very, very major issue of the world, air pollution can bring different problems in a given nation. You can say worldwide problem. It can result in worldwide problems. For example, it can harm or it can damage the lives of animals and plants. It can damage the lives of animals and plants. It can create breathing difficulties, or it can bring diseases that are related with pollution, like heart disease, respiratory infections. These are some of the effects of air pollution. The next point related with the effects of air pollution is the global warming. Very, very critical issue. Global warming. Students, can you say something about global warming, please? Okay, let's see together. This global warming is the average increase of temperature or rise of temperature in the world. It is a long-term effect. Of course, this global warming is a long-range raising of average temperature of the Earth. And it has its own consequence or its own results. Global warming results in different problems, such as melting of ice, melting of ice. If there is melting of ice, as you know, there is flooding. Wildfire. These are the main effects or the main results of global warming. Students, you can discuss in your textbook what are the causes of global warming. Okay? To go to the next point, we are going to see water. Hardness of water. This is a new word for you. Students, is there any hard water or soft water? If we are going to discuss about hardness of water, can you think that there is hard water or soft water? Okay, let's see it. This hardness or softness of water is related with the ability of water to form laser with soap. Laser. The ability of water to form laser readily with soap is termed as hardness or softness of water. When we say hard water, water that does not give enough amount of laser with soap. When we say soft water, it is water that can give or that can produce enough amount of laser readily with soap. Based on the ability of water to give laser with soap, you can classify water as hard water and soft water. Students, but this hardness of water can be removed using different techniques or different methods. Of course, under hard water, there are two types of hard water. These are temporary hard water and permanent hardness of water, you can say. So, hard water can be categorized or classified into two types: temporary hard water and permanent hardness of water. So, how can we treat or how can we remove this hardness of water? So, the temporary hardness of water, before we are going to see their treatment methods, the process of removing hardness of water is known as water softening, or softening of temporary hardness of water. This temporary hardness of water is occurred due to the presence of dissolved calcium hydrogen carbonate and magnesium hydrogen carbonate. Temporary hardness of water is occurred due to the presence of these chemicals dissolved in it. So this temporary hardness of water is removed by boiling. Removed by boiling. Removed by boiling. Let's see how it is going, how it is treated. If it contains, for example, calcium hydrogen carbonate, when we heat this temporary hardness of water, this calcium hydrogen carbonate is converted into calcium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. As you know, calcium carbonate is insoluble in water, and it precipitates in the container so that it can be easily removed. The other one is permanent hardness of water. This permanent hardness of water occurs due to the presence of calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. The presence of this calcium and magnesium chlorides and sulfates make the permanent hardness of water. Okay, like that of temporary hard water, this permanent hardness of water is not removed by boiling. It is not removed by boiling. Rather, it is removed by the addition of washing soda. Addition of washing soda. Sodium carbonate with 10 molecules of water. By adding this washing soda, we can remove permanent hardness of water. Permanent hardness of water. Okay, the next topic is water pollution. Water pollution. What is water pollution? Okay, let's see water pollution. Water pollution is the contamination of water. The contamination of water by different hazardous substances released to water. The contamination of hazardous substances that are released into water is known as water pollution. These hazardous substances can be obtained from different sources. It may be obtained from domestic wastes, what you call domestic wastes. Agricultural chemicals. And industrial wastes. These domestic wastes are those unnecessary substances that are removed from our homes, like solid or liquid substances. Agricultural chemicals are fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides. When you come to industrial wastes, these are liquid substances that are released from chemical industries, which are going to pollute water, which makes water not used for its intended purpose or intended uses. Students, how can we treat water? How can we treat water? Water can be treated by passing different stages or different steps. These different steps are three main steps in water treatment. The first one is physical treatment, chemical treatment, and biological treatment. This physical treatment, as the name implies, it is the removal of different large particles or large suspended particles from water. Under this physical treatment, there are 2 points. Screening step, screening and filtration. When we say screening, we can remove large size particles from water. When you come to filtration, fine suspended particles can be removed by filtration. The other one is chemical treatment. As the name implies, chemical treatment is the addition of chemicals into water to increase its quality. Under chemical treatment, there are 2 points. Addition of chlorine, which is used to kill germs and different bacteria, and addition of aluminum sulfate. This addition of aluminum sulfate is used to remove fine dissolved particles in water. When we come to biological treatment, it is by using microorganisms, especially bacteria, to decompose to decompose certain very fine particles, and these fine particles can be converted into carbon dioxide, water, and other chemicals, and that can be easily removed. Okay. To summarize on today's lesson, students, we try to see environmental chemistry. Under this topic, we tried to see air pollution, air pollutants, effects of air pollution, the global warming, water, especially hardness of water and softness of water. Under this, we try to see temporary hardness of water and permanent hardness of water with their treatment techniques. And we also try to see water pollution and its treatment techniques. Students, in detail, you can read your textbooks in Unit 4 because these points are very familiar terms in your social science subjects from your previous grade. So you can focus on such points. Thank you. ተማሪዎች በቃ የዛሬን ትምህርታችን እዚህ ጋር እንቋጫለን። በሚቀጥለው እስከምንገናኝ በቤታችሁ ውስጥ በማንበብ በደንብ በማጥናት ራሳችሁን ጠብቃችሁ ጥያቄዎች ወይ ማስተያየቶች ካሏችሁ ደግሞ በ8455 ላይ በአፍሪካ ቴሌቪዥን ልታደርሱን ትችላላችሁ። እስከምንገናኝ ቻው።